How's it going, guys? This is Jamie. So, there I was, going about my business, planning the spooky season 2025 Halloween special this year, when what did I see in my YouTube feed but the trailer for the upcoming Scream 7. At that moment, I had to drop everything. Indeed. Whatever spoopy-themed content I may have had in mind for release on All Hallows Eve must wait until after I address the controversy that will rightly follow this film's release. Certainly, I, as a lifelong fan of the Scream franchise, feel that it is incumbent upon me to explain not only why I am boycotting this movie, but also want to see it fail, and you should too. For those who are unaware, Scream 7 is to be the concluding act of a trilogy started by 2022's Scream 5, marketed simply as Scream. The trilogy had initially focused on sisters Sam and Tara Carpenter, with Mexican actress Melissa Barrera portraying the former, while Chicana actress Jenna Ortega held the role of the latter. Both it as well as its 2023 sequel, Scream 6, were widely considered successes critically and financially, with not only critics but also audiences supporting the movies broadly speaking. With the franchise having consolidated its base and revitalized itself for a new generation of fans, it came as no surprise to anyone paying attention that the stories of the Carpenter sisters would be continued in the franchise's 7th outing. Unfortunately, the recurring villain of studio meddling would not allow this to come into fruition, which brings us to the crux of the problem. On November 21st, 2023, Barrera was fired from the movie by Spyglass Media, who announced her removal with baseless allegations of hate speech supposedly levied by Barrera on social media. As anyone familiar with the matter will tell you, however, such claims are wholly without merit.
Care to find out what it was that was considered so offensive? Sure hope it wasn't famous Israeli Holocaust scholar, genocide scholar Roz Siegel's Jewish Currents magazine article that she posted on her story, where he talks about how the situation in Gaza has the makings of ethnic cleansing. Sure hope it's not something as fucking ridiculous as that. Oh no, oh no, uh-oh. It turns out, yes, it exactly is that.
A spokesperson for Spyglass, the company behind the Scream franchise, issued a statement after the initial publication of this article. Quote, Spyglass' stance is unequivocally clear. We have zero tolerance for anti-Semitism or the incitement of hate in any form, including false references to genocide, ethnic cleansing, Holocaust distortion, or anything that flagrantly crosses the line into hate speech.
Before I go any further, I should stipulate that I myself have laid bare my position on Gaza and that the majority of people defending Barrera certainly agree with her on the substance of the issue. With that said, as I alluded to previously, the criticism of Spyglass that should unite everyone is not even that they're objectively wrong in their analysis of the situation, but that they're engaging in the exact type of corporate interference us creators have been correctly castigating on YouTube for years at this point. Their smearing of Barrera as having engaged in discriminatory rhetoric is blatantly untrue, thus leaving us with the truth of the matter that they simply disagreed with what she had to say and punished her accordingly. Even more infuriatingly, they have attempted to proceed with the film's release despite having lost Jenna Ortega as well for ostensibly unrelated reasons.
This led to people speculating that she actually dropped out due to her perspective and due to Melissa Barrera being fired. However, I do think that this is still misinformation. Like, that speculation is incorrect, and that she literally dropped out of the sequel due to scheduling conflicts with the second season of her hit Netflix series Wednesday, in which she plays Wednesday Addams of the Addams Family.
Now trying to lure fans in with familiar faces, perhaps quietly realizing their mistake. It is my hope that this cynical pandering is in vain, and that a clear message will be sent to those vapid empty suits who would flex their control over popular culture. Here's how you can help join and amplify this message. To cut to the chase, I will include a link in the description and pinned comment to a Change.org petition calling for the boycott of Scream 7. Your signature and solidarity would be unspeakably appreciated, but aside from sharing the link on social media, if you are able to produce your own YouTube or TikTok video promoting the cause, it could spread tenfold. I would heavily encourage any posts or videos to include hashtag #KillScream7 so that a united front can be made. Regardless, I look forward to seeing the ways in which the community stands together here. Though campaigns I've backed and launched on the channel have typically been more positive in giving input to companies concerning specific franchises, I have always been blown away by just how seriously our subscribers have been in joining my grassroots attempts. I have no doubt that the same will be true of this effort. With With scores of the uninformed and those willingly propagandized into mindless consumption certain to support Scream 7 upon its premiere next year, I fully acknowledge that we are waging an uphill battle, but in an era of unchecked fascism clamoring for the muzzling of those who might defy its rule, the ramifications of this fight extend far beyond the present. If the authoritarian tendrils of corporate control are not fought on what may feel like an irrelevant battlefield, they will continue unchecked, and will be able to act without fear of public backlash. If we hit them where it counts though, fully channeling the power of the purse we as consumers possess, we can tell them in no uncertain terms that our speech and our thought are off limits. To quote Melissa herself, someone who I have greatly grown to admire and love, silence is not an option for me. I hope that those watching this feel the same way, and that together, we can decide the course of our own destinies by not allowing those with power to dictate who we are as a global community of compassionate, free-willed humans. Fellow moviegoers and nerds, let's hashtag kill Scream 7. Until next time, this is Jamie with Carnival Entertainment wishing everyone a very happy Halloween, and saying,
Hasta luego.